These giants are some of the most powerful animals on Earth. The black bear is the smallest of the big three species, but it can still rip and twist steel as if it was tin foil. If you want to see a real-life teddy bear's picnic, the smell of a discarded sweet wrapper is all you need. Because of human carelessness, cars can be virtually ripped apart. Bears always appear in the top 10 on people's lists of favourite animals, probably because they walk on the soles of their feet just like we do, and their faces are almost human. But they can be vandals, and they're sometimes dangerous. In 1998, in America's Yosemite National Park, black bears broke into 1,000 vehicles, causing $500,000 worth of damage. So what are they? Cute and cuddly teddies or vicious predators? I'll find out on my search for the world's giant bears. "600,000 black bears roam wild in 28 of the United States, and they're common in Canada too. They only wreck cars when we place temptation in their way. Wherever they smell food, they break in to get it. I'm in Minnesota, America, and believe it or not, this magnificent animal is a truly wild bear. There's two species of black bear in the world, the American kind and the Asiatic black bear. They're both about the same size, but the American species grows to twice the weight of the Asiatic bear. These creatures are so powerful. He's looking in here for insects, wood-boring grubs, and they will tear a log apart to get in there. I'm surrounded by a sea of bears. This magical place is the Vince Schutte Reserve. This friendship between wild bears and people started in the 1950s when Vince got sick of bears raiding his log cabin. Rather than shooting them, he decided to leave out food in a nearby meadow. His plan worked. The bears left his cabin alone. Vince is over 80 now, so Bill and Clary Lee help run the sanctuary.
And this is Patch.
And how old's Patch?
5.5, and he loves to wrestle. Now, of course, it's important to understand that no one should ever approach bears at such close range.
No, these are very special bears.
And these are very special bears.
Today, up to 100 bears, from big males to tiny cubs, treat this meadow as a place of safety. When they leave the sanctuary, they'll be afraid of people once again. Every year in Minnesota, 4,000 black bears are shot by hunters. It's just hard to believe that they're wild animals.
They're wild animals, but there's an element of trust here for a mother with cubs to allow you to come in this close.
Hello, Jenny. This is a privilege indeed. She'd attack a male bear if he got this close to her cubs, even though males grow twice her size. Both sexes are at their heaviest now. Remarkably, the life of these giants is ruled by the distribution of tiny nuts and berries. To prepare for their long winter sleep, bears put on 1/3 of their body weight in fat in the autumn. On the other side of the continent, there's a bigger bear that's also fattening up for the winter. The brown bear is twice the size of the black bear and is found in Europe, Russia, Asia, and here in the United States. It seems the world is not enough for them and us, and because of hunting and habitat loss, only 150,000 remain.
Rhino Alaska's pristine wilderness. Ahead, the mountains of the Aleutian Range. And below, on the coast and the islands, there's the biggest brown bears in the world. We've come here to find out why they grow to be such giants. That boat's going to be my base for the next 5 days, surrounded by plenty of runway.
Katmai National Park has the highest concentration of brown bears in the world. There's one for each of its 6,000 square miles. But to find them, I need expert help.
Hello, John.
Hi, Nigel. Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. You've got a beautiful boat.
Thank you.
Oh, you must be the naturalist.
Hi, Nigel. I'm Buck.
Yeah, hi. And how can we see these bears?
Well, we're here in Kukak Bay on the wilderness coast of Katmai National Park.
Coastal brown bears grow much larger than inland populations because they have a seafood diet that's rich in fat and protein. Tomorrow, I hope we'll see some spectacular fishing.
Well, you can see the tracks, Nigel. We're in bear country.
Yeah, a lot of bears use this beach. What a beautiful place. Picture postcard Alaska.
Absolutely. It's a gorgeous day. You notice there's thousands of red salmon right in here.
Wait.
They're pulled up
There
waiting
are
for the rain to
thousands of
come.
salmon. What are these? Are sockeye, are they?
They're sockeye salmon. One of the bear's favorite eating salmon. And I'm quite confident if you stay in this area for not very long at all, you're going to see a bear.
We've got the fish, we just need a bear. I'll sit down here.
I won't be far away.
Yeah, please watch.
I really didn't have to wait very long. This bear was attracted by the shoals of salmon backed up in the shallows.
They're waiting for the rains until there's more water. The bears are coming, but they can't catch them in the lake. The fish swim too fast, but it doesn't stop the bears from trying. There she goes. They are so bad at catching salmon unless they're in really shallow water. It's like somebody catching a bar of soap in the bath. She can't quite believe that she hasn't caught one.
She can gorge on 20 salmon in a day, but for now the conditions aren't quite right. There's a magnificent male waiting at the water's edge.
They seem to be taking in turns to seeing when the salmon are going to run. This one's probably going to jump in again. It's just 10 or so metres away from me. Brilliant. They really need the salmon to be in easy positions before they can catch them. Shaped like a big old dog.
The first bear, the female, is back.
This is extraordinary. This bear's got frustrated by jumping into the lake. It can't catch any fish, so it's heaving over these huge rocks, looking for little bits of flesh and dead fish that have been caught underneath from the last salmon run. It is coming so close. And this is a wild bear. This is a wild bear. Who says they're these terrifying monsters? Look at this. It's taking no notice of me turning stones. This is one of the best things that I've ever seen. Beautiful animal, lovely long fur. She's growing it for the winter. This is absolutely extraordinary. Look at the size of the boulder she's turning over.
I've seen female brown bears and biggish males. Now I must find out how I measure up to an adult male that's a giant.
The biggest brown bears of all are found on Alaska's Kodiak Island. They're still hunted there for trophies, and it's very, very difficult to get close to them. But this is Koda. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia. This is a famous film star. He's been in 5 films, loads of commercials, feels absolutely muscular. This is absolutely fantastic. But he looks big now, but watch this. What a majestic creature. But believe it or not, there's another bear that grows a full 2 foot, 60 centimetres taller than Koda does.
Between July and November, the Canadian town of Churchill is the polar bear capital of the world. Until the sea freezes, 1,200 polar bears are stranded here on the land. You need a tundra buggy to see them.
This is absolutely breathtaking. I've seen polar bears in the zoo when I was a boy, but nothing prepares you for seeing the great white bear in the Arctic. He's getting curious. He's getting curious. Hello. Hello, boy. Hello, fella.
The window is 8 feet above the ground.
Come on in.
These bears are teenage males, only 4 years old. It will take another 6 years before they're fully grown.
Hello. Hello. It's so tempting to lean forward and give them a stroke on the head. Wait. But that paw, they are such powerful animals. They can drag a seal through the breathing hole with those paws and break every bone in its body. They could easily take me through the window. The size of those claws. The paws are used as clubs for killing the prey. Oh! This is extraordinary, eyeball to eyeball with 2 bears.
I don't just want to see polar bears from the window of a vehicle. I want to see them at ground level.
At last, I'm on ground level with a big bear. I've plucked up the courage to get out of the vehicle, but this is scary. That thing can run at 30 miles an hour. And if it gets any closer, I'm going to be straight back in the buggy.
In fact, none of the bears I've encountered seem to take much notice of me, but they do take notice of other bears, especially adult males.
This is absolutely fantastic. It's 20 below zero, but you forget the cold watching these magnificent animals. There's 2 big males there. They stand 10 feet high. They're wrestling with each other, playing together, practicing for the mating season, which will be in a couple of months' time.
Competing for females is why male polar bears grow so huge. The strongest, heaviest males have the best chance of fathering cubs. Because they've been trapped on the land where there isn't much food, these bears are only 2/3 of their maximum weight. To find a giant bear, I travel to the Norwegian Arctic. Spring in Spitsbergen. Polar bears concentrate on the sea ice here, but they're still few and far between, so you need a dog team to track them. Huskies can cover over 200 kilometres in a single day. This is a magical way to travel. And for a naturalist, the amazing thing is that stuff that you tread on in parks and gardens, these huskies can do it when they're running at 35 kilometres an hour. That's why I keep my mouth shut for most of the time. For the first time, I really feel I'm in the polar bear's world. The temperature is 30 below zero, and blowing ice particles really sting my face. But you can still see Arctic animals, even in a blizzard. A seal pup, the favourite prey of polar bears. Ring seals are the only Arctic seals that have their pups on ice that's attached to the coast. That means predators can get to them, so they need escape routes. The adults dig holes in the ice. They can drop through these into the sea, so it'll be difficult to get close. I need to wriggle on my stomach like a hunting polar bear.
This is what makes polar bears giants. Seals. This is a ring seal and a newly born pup. They give birth on the sea ice in the spring. And that little baby there, by the time it's a month old, can be 75% fat. If I really want to see a giant bear, I need to find a male that's been feasting on these seals.
This pup is only a day or two old. It will suckle on its mother's rich milk for the next 5 weeks.
This is absolutely remarkable. Ring seals are the most wary of the seals. They dig themselves a breathing hole, and at the slightest sign of danger, they plop into the sea. But this female is letting me get so close, and she's just suckling the baby. This is absolutely remarkable. I just hope they're more wary of polar bears, as they won't last very long. That is such a wonderful sight. The baby's going in to suckle again. The female. It's taken me 2 hours of crawling to get here, and my legs are like blocks of ice. But this is just absolutely exquisite. And the mother doesn't take any notice of me at all. Oh, that is wonderful. She suckled the pup, and now she'll go back into the sea and keep coming back and checking that the pup's all right. She's going in now.
I'd seen the prey, but where was the predator? We'd been searching for 6 days, but there was no sign of a polar bear, and our supplies were running out. there was one last place to try. The glacier. Up ahead, moving among the blocks of blue ice, there's a giant male. There are seal carcasses nearby. He's been feasting on their blubber and is about as heavy as a polar bear can get. At last, we've covered hundreds of kilometres, we've been out in snow blizzards, we've camped out in freezing nights, and there's a polar bear just 4 dog sled lengths away. Hello, hello, hello boy, hello. Hello boy, hello. You know that feeling when you get a real surge of adrenaline and you catch your breath and you can't stop smiling? I'm feeling that now. We've worked really hard for that polar bear, but to see it in this fantastic landscape in such a pure and natural way with a team of huskies, I couldn't hope for much better than that. I've met enormous sharks, immense snakes, and now a giant bear. This has been the best year of my life.